Welcome to our third and final part of our amazing interview with Chen Ben Lulu, the International Relations Executive Director and Advisor to the Mayor of Samaria, Yossi Dagan. Hi, I'm Anthony Abma, founder of Return to Israel, the Christian voice for Jewish sovereignty. The major factor of any previous peace deal that was ever presented to Israel and the Arabs was largely about how to appease the Arabs. What do the Arabs want? What will the Arabs get? And what will they have to do? So I asked Chen to explain what is the difference in this Trump plan regarding the Arabs than any previous plan presented before it. And here is his answer.
For the first time for the last 30 years, the main responsibility is on the Palestinian side, right? Because up to this point, we had to withdraw, we had to give up, we have to, collapse all our country just for the notion that they might be willing to have a normal relationship with us. We brought Yasser Arafat, the terrorist Yasser Arafat, from Tunis to lead this group of people. We gave them weapons that were turned against us very, very shortly afterwards. And this here, for the first time, just totally changes the equation. First of all, you get what you deserve, Israel. And then let's see what the Palestinians can get if they commit to be normal people, part of the nation, part of all nations. By the way, the Palestinian Authority is very dependent on Israeli economy. About a third of the Palestinian economy relies on Israel, either with businesses or Arabs that work in different parts of Israel, in these industrial zones and other places. So, and on that aspect, the Palestinians are very dependent on the Israeli side. They keep on saying that they're going to stop all the agreements, they're going to stop all the coordination. They need this coordination much more than we do. Why? Because that's the only thing that may have their leadership survive. Yes, it would be better to have support or some sort of working together with the Palestinian Authority about that. But Israel has, if there's one thing that the Jewish people, and especially in Israel, we've learned that the only force that can protect Israel is Israeli forces.
Chen, you told us earlier about your important meeting in Washington, but I know that you do a lot of work with Yossi Dagan at the Samaria office. Could you tell us what else you're involved in, both internationally and what you do locally in Samaria?
We have a lot of international work. A lot of the international work is not even done here, but a lot in the world. We have a lot of international affairs, conferences that we hold, showing the true face of Judea and Samaria, meeting the people that live here, showing the coexistence, bringing local Arab leadership with us. People who are willing to talk today more than ever. There are local leaders who are willing to talk openly about the situation. For years and years, they were very frightened to talk because of what the Palestinian Authority might do to them. But we have seen the situation here in the last 4 years is totally different. We assume that it has a lot to do with the fact that the Palestinian Authority is very weak today, and it's less able to control or to fight people who want to openly talk. So the things that we've been doing here for a few years, sort of underground, meeting with local leaderships and working with them. Now, in the last, let's say, year and a half, they're even willing to speak out and talk about, the coexistence here, which is amazing. And we have a lot of events like this. But for example, it's not only events, but we go for a lot of meetings. You were talking about the Washington, D.C., so for the last couple of years, we've been very involved, again, under the ground, under the surface, with all the deal of the century and the economical plan that the Trump administration has published just a few months back. Without going into too many details, we had a lot of visits here and a lot of conversations about coexistence and living together and working together in industrial areas, etc.
As you have heard, things are radically changing in Israel. But there is still a long ways to go yet, and that is why your Christian voice of support is so needed. Please join me in supporting the sovereignty movement in Israel for their complete and full restoration. I hope you enjoyed this interview and will come back again. and even sign up for our emails and future notifications as we continue to bring you the realities of Bible prophecy being fulfilled in Israel today. Thank you for watching, and God bless you. Anthony Abma for Eternal Israel.